just after. I have a little visit to make first. Well, goodbye, Florence. Thank you for your help.
Mr. Mortmain.
I won't keep you a moment, Miss Bedworthy. Perfect example of a female Red Admiral. There we are. Rather a ticklish operation, this. There we are. Now, Miss Bedworthy, what can I do for you?
There's a Mr. Haddock insists on seeing you.
Haddock? Haddock? That rings a bell. Do I know him?
He didn't say. He just says he had something important to tell you.
Is he a cowman, by any chance?
He hasn't got straw in his hair, if that's what you mean.
Well, perhaps he's a dairy farmer. I do seem to connect him with cattle in some way. Well, better ask him to come in.
Very well. You may come in, Mr. Haddock.
Ah, now, are you the deputy head of collections for the Inland Revenue?
I am.
Ah, good. Oh, you collect butterflies as well, do you?
Purely as a hobby.
Well, what a very good idea. That keeps you fighting fit for the real thing, does it?
Yes, Mr. Haddock, if you please come to the point.
Yes, well, now, one of your chaps has been sending me threatening letters demanding money.
Mr. Haddock, if you have a legitimate complaint, you must go through the usual channels.
Yes, that's what I propose to do. I am sending you a cheque for £829.52.
Excellent.
By bottle. I put the cheque in a bottle, and I dropped it off Hammersmith Bridge at 12:30 this afternoon. It should float past here to around 4 p.m. Good day to you.
Mr. Haddock, wait. That money should have been paid to our man at Hammersmith.
Ah, yes, but you see, tomorrow was the last day for payment.
Well?
Well, there's a strike of post office sorters, so I couldn't send your cheque by post.
Yes, but Mr. Haddock, all those monies bobbing up and down the Thames. Why didn't you bring your cheque with you and hand it over personally?
Oh, I couldn't possibly do that. That would be strike-breaking. I couldn't approve of that. Well, good day to you, and good fishing.
Come. Well?
Excuse me, Mr. Nadge, but I've just had a visit from a rather unusual person.
You mean a member of the public?
I'm afraid so, yes.
How did he get in?
I don't know.
Then find out. We can't have the public walking all over Somerset House. They might start thinking they own it. What did he want?
He has remitted a tax payment to us.
Good.
By river.
What?
Yes, inserted his cheque in a bottle and is floating it down to us from Hammersmith Bridge.
Hammersmith? What's this fellow's name?
He's a Mr. Haddock.
Haddock? Did you say Haddock?
I did say Haddock, yes. Do you know him?
Know him? He's the man who paid his income tax by cow.
Yes. I knew he had something to do with cattle.
He wrote his cheque all over this cow and expected us to pay it into our bank. I lost a year's seniority over Haddock.
Yes, I remember.
Nothing to laugh about, Mortmain.
No.
What's his little game this time?
Well, nothing really. The cheque is on its way and it should be passing here at about 4 o'clock. All we've got to do is to get out in a little boat.
What are you dribbling about?
I could easily scoop it up with my butterfly net.
But have you taken leave of your senses?
Would have been rather fun.
We're not here to have fun. Which alert have we got out on this man, Haddock? Blue or red?
Red. Tomorrow is the last day for payment.
Then we've got him. I want you to institute legal proceedings against Haddock for recovery tax. It's not just the money I want. I'll take him through every court in the land. And this time, I'll squeeze him dry. Revenge is sweet, Mortmain. Get out.
Lord, I appear for the Board of Inland Revenue, who are the plaintiffs in this case.
Yes, and who is the defendant?
I am, my lord.
Mr. Haddock. My goodness, it's a long time since you've graced my court.
Isn't it, though? Do you know it is over 3 years, my lord?
Is it really as
3
long
years.
as that? All the pleasanter to see you now, Mr.
Oh,
Haddock.
how very kind, my lord.
And looking so well.
Yes, do you know I am well? I am extremely...
Tell me, how is Mrs. Haddock?
She's very well. Yes, she's blooming. And may I say that your lordship is looking younger than ever before?
Mr. Haddock, you can say that as often as you wish.
Thank you, my lord.
And I take it that you're going to conduct your own defence.
Well, with your lordship's permission...
No. It is your right, Mr. Haddock. Oh, yes, it is your right.
You are too kind, my lord.
Yes, I think I am. Well, Sir Joshua, what are we waiting for?
My lord, my client's case is simple. They're suing the defendant for the non-payment of income tax, and my first witness is Mr. Inigo Mortman. Now, Mr. Mortman, you have told us that you're the deputy head of the Special Collection and Settlement Department of the Board of Inland Revenue.
That is correct.
Will you tell this court how you became involved in this matter?
Mr. Haddock came to see me in my office at Somerset House.
Why did he do that?
He wanted to tell me the method by which he was proposing to pay his income tax.
Just a minute, Sir Joshua. Am I to understand that Mr. Haddock has already paid this tax?
No, my lord, he did not pay it.
No, wait a minute. The witness just said, I have my note here. He said that Mr. Haddock was talking of the method by which he was proposing to pay.
Yes, but it is a methodist in question, my lord. And my clients maintain that this method amounted to non-payment.
I see. Well, proceed, Sir Joshua.
Mr. Mortman, what was the amount involved?
£829.52 new pence.
And had the usual period of grace allowed for payment expired?
It would have done the day after Mr. Haddock came to see me.
And he did not pay?
No.
And what was Mr. Haddock's excuse for avoiding the outcome of his negligence?
Well, he told me that he had put the cheque in a bottle and was floating it down to us from Hammersmith Bridge.
Not floating it down?
By water, on the tide.
And did the cheque, in fact, reach you at Somerset House?
Well, I don't know, because they wouldn't let me go out and look for it.
So the cheque in question could not be paid into your account?
No, it could not.
Right, thank you.
Mr. Mortmain, did I tell you why I was sending you my cheque by bottle?
Well, I believe there was some mention of a strike.
Indeed there was. You see, my lord, there was in fact a strike of post office sorters. The payment was due within the next 24 hours. Now, I took the only means possible of delivering my cheque to the Inland Revenue.
Poppycock.
Did you say something, Sir
He said
Joshua?
poppycock,
Lord,
my lord.
if the defendant's protestations about paying are true, why did he not take his cheque personally to his local tax office at Hammersmith?
Well, I'm perfectly certain Mr. Haddock has an answer for that, all right.
Yes, I do not approve of strike breaking, my lord.
Well, you're strike-breaking just as much if you took it by water.
No. If I'd carried it myself, I might have been accused of an unfriendly action. But I think even the most ardent trade unionists could hardly call the River Thames a blackleg.
Satisfied, Sir Joshua?
Lord.
Now, Mr. Mortmain, we have established that I sent you a cheque in payment of tax owing. Now, what did you do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing? A citizen of his own free will sends you a large sum of money and you do nothing about it?
We took the view that you were being frivolous.
There's nothing at all frivolous about paying income tax. I can assure you it's a very painful business, especially when it is completely imaginary.
What do you mean by imaginary?
The tax, my lord.
But how can that be imaginary? Look, I have a note here. £829.52. Now, how can that possibly be imagined?
Well, I hope to clarify that point when I cross-examine Sir Joshua's next witness. You are calling Nadge next, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, good.